back to the Wayward Gourmands. This is Keith, and this is my assistant. Today, we're going to be putting together cheese blintzes. It's a sweet crepe with a nice sweet cheese filling. They're absolutely delicious. We're going to start getting everything together. We're going to put all the ingredients in the description below, and if you find this video helpful, please hit like and subscribe, and make sure you hit that alert so you get the new video pop-ups whenever we post. I'm going to have my assistant start cracking these 8 eggs into this bowl, and shortly we'll be back and we'll get the rest of the crepe together, and then we'll move on to the cheese filling.
Oh yeah. That's how we do it.
This is how we do it. Okay, welcome back. We got our eggs cracked. Nice job, by the way. Not a single shell in there. 8 eggs. Good job. And we have the rest for our ingredients. We're going to start getting them in there.
It also looks like
I'm going to dump the eggs in.
And it just turned into flour.
And then we have 2 cups of flour.
Oh wow, this looks fluffy. It's called flowers. Wait, now I can make it
Just go ahead, dump it in.
like a flower. Now it's a whole big flower. Yay!
We have sugar.
Sugar for a flower.
Again, all the measurements will be in the description below.
Yay.
Try and get it all in the bowl.
It's like a wonder. It's a winter wonderland in Egg City right now.
Yeah, it is.
And it's about to do a.
This is a combination of milk and water. I'll put that in the description below as well as part of
It's about to
it.
be a snow tsunami. Snow tsunami or flood just happened.
It sure did. And now we have 2 teaspoons of vanilla.
And this is the pie face challenge. What am I even saying?
I'm not really sure.
Oh, okay. Now, over here in California Egg City, there is a sinkhole going on there.
I swear he's not drunk. Okay.
I'm not drunk.
I want you to take the mixer and you push it in.
Like that?
Yep. And then you hold on to it really good and hit the button. Yeah. Now pick it up a little bit. See how everything is mixing? Now start moving it around. It's going to be a really smooth batter. It's going to be much thinner than a pancake batter. I'm using the immersion blender because you do not want any lumps at all. You can either do it this way, or you can do it with a regular hand mixer and then just run it through a sieve to get any of the lumps out. Did a good job. Just pull it out.
Whoa! Oh my gosh, that blender thing just did a job.
It did a job. We're going to set this aside to let the air bubbles kind of set up. I'm going to pull everything up here for the filling. We're going to show you how that goes together. We'll be back in a minute.
This is what happens with a flood and a tsunami and a
Good job,
sinkhole
Mike.
happens. It just turns into a bubble.
Okay, welcome back. We got everything for our filling all ready. The one thing that you're going to have to do ahead of time is I have 2 cups of ricotta cheese here that I put in a strainer and let strain for several hours to dry it out. And what this is going to do is this will allow the egg yolk to firm up the filling, so when you go to cut it with like a fork, it doesn't all squirt out. It'll make it a little bit more firm after you fry these. So I have this drained. I put it in a bowl. And now I'm going to have my assistant add some other ingredients in there. First, I'm going to get these cream cheese bars in there.
Okay. Now, what time
I'm
is
hoping
this?
this bowl is big enough.
I am hoping this can be another town.
Okay. I have 2 egg yolks.
This can be the weird yellow town. I just don't want to say because that will be. What happened to that one?
Okay, just dump this in. This is the sugar.
The other one just exploded.
That's okay. Wait until you see what the mixer's going to do to it.
Oh yeah, it's gonna dissolve it to nothing.
Mm-hmm. Some vanilla.
Vanilla is like my favorite. It smells so good. This vanilla is just, oh, it smells so good. Whoa, now it's
Some lemon juice.
Wow. Is this actually squeezed from a lemon? What does it look like? Oh my god.
And just a
pinch.
couple pinches of kosher salt.
Get that yellow juice in there. Now it just looks like juice.
I'm going to start this one off.
Oh! No! Ah! The city is being attacked from a tornado! Run away! Run away! Run away! Oh my! Stay away! Stay away!
All right, public service announcement. When the mixer is going, don't pick it up. Or you may wear whatever's in the bowl.
That's what happens if you mix it up. It just sprats everywhere. But I didn't really get that much on.
No, because I was pulling it out slow.
Good thing you wear a dress.
All right, I have the filling all mixed. I'm going to get this in the refrigerator while I'm making the crepes. I'm going to bring the camera back by the stove so you can see how the crepes are made. I'm going to show you a couple. This batch that we're making is probably going to make a dozen or two. So I'm not going to make you sit through watching me make all of those. But once they're done, I'll get them out here. I'll show you how to fill them. We'll fry a couple up and we'll try them. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy them just as much as we are. Be back in a few minutes. I'll get you back by the stove. Okay, so we're going to preheat a 10-inch skillet or crepe pan as the case may be, and we're going to have it very, very lightly greased. You don't want it, you want it medium-low heat because you don't want these to brown. They're going to cook quick, but you don't want them to brown at all. We're going to put 1/3 of a cup of batter in there, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take the pan and we're going to tilt it around. You want to swirl it and try and get it all the way to the edges. Now, sometimes you'll get these little holes, as you see there. You can give the pan a little shake, and if that doesn't cover it up, don't worry about it. You could just take your spatula and just do a little spackling. You could just move the batter over the hole a little bit, and then you're good as gold. Now, these are going to cook in about 45 to 60 seconds. You want to watch the edges. Anywhere they're really thin, you want to peel them away with the spatula a little bit because you don't want them to crisp up because these are supposed to be tender. Another thing of note is that you're only going to cook these on one side. You're not going to flip them. So you give it the 45, 60 seconds, and the way you'll be able to tell if they're done is they'll be a little tacky on top, but it won't, be raw. It's going to be cooked all the way through. It'll be tacky, maybe a little moist, but it won't like stick to your finger. When you pull your finger away, you won't have any batter on it. You can see on the bottom there, we're not brown. It's cooked all the way through, and we'll move on to another one. You'll get the feel of it after you cook a couple of them, but if you feel a little bit of resistance picking it up off the pan, you just want to give it like a little tiny spritz of cooking spray, just because you want that release to be good. And then again, we'll add our 1/3 cup of batter into the pan, and we're going to swirl it around. This takes a little bit of practice too, but after you do a couple, you'll be fine. And they're going to set up quick, so you want to do this pretty quick. And what I should mention also is when you do take them out of the pan, you want to put them like lined with like wax paper or something, because they will stick to each other, and then it's a nightmare. And once again, when you finish up your crepes, you could just peel them back a little bit, get the spatula underneath. It's a lot easier to take it out this way, less chance of tearing. And then back to our host. Okay, welcome back. You saw that we had made the filling. We put that in the refrigerator. While we were making our crepes in the pan, which you saw up close, you saw how we tilted the pan around, got it spread nice and thin. These crepes are very thin, they're delicate, so you can't like really manhandle them. Now that they're cooled down a little bit, I'm going to bring the camera in here and I'm going to show you how they get filled, rolled, and folded. And then after that's all done, we'll get the pan nice and hot. We'll give them a sear on each side and some butter to make them just extra yummy. And then we'll show you how we serve them up. And then we can give it the taste test. I have a special guest coming in for the taste test. It's a secret. Be back in a minute. Okay, if you ever made a burrito or an egg roll or anything, it's the same concept. You're going to lay out your crepe in front of you. You're going to put a couple tablespoons of filling, about 1.5 inches from the edge by you. You don't want to overfill it because then it's hard to handle, it's hard to flip and everything like that. So once you get your filling in place, you're going to take the edge, pull it up over the filling, and then pinch it a little bit to tuck it under, roll it a little, fold in the sides. And remember, these crepes are gentle, so you don't want to tear them. And then make sure you tuck and roll, and you wind up seam down with a perfect little blintz. Once your pan and butter is ready, you're going to want to start putting your blintzes in there. You're going to want to put them in seam side down first, and that sear will seal them for you. This way you don't have to worry about them unrolling when you try and flip them. You don't want to overcrowd the pan too much, so I'm going to cook 3 at a time. That gives me plenty of room to, flip them or do whatever I have to do with them. After they're in there, about 2 minutes in, you're going to flip them. Look at that color. Very nice. Okay, you're going to cook them another 2 minutes, brown them on the other side, and then these are ready to eat. And welcome back. You saw that we fried them up. I got them on the plate here. They look absolutely fantastic. They're nice and crunchy on the outside. I dressed this one up. I have some raspberry sauce, some chocolate sauce. You could even do a little powdered sugar. I brought my beautiful wife on camera, and we're going to do our taste test.
Hi.
Which one would you like?
I'm going to try, of course, the chocolate.
Go for it.
Because that's, who doesn't want chocolate?
Right.
Okay. Oops, let me try that again.
I'm going to go for the raspberry.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really good.
It's almost like a cheesecake wrapped in a pancake, if you can kind of put that in your head.
Yeah, that makes, yeah. It's really good. Yeah, you did a really good job on that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have to really encourage you guys to try this. Again, everything's going to be in the description below. If you like the video, hit like and subscribe below, hit the alert button, and you'll get all the new videos. Thanks for coming along. See you next time on the Wayward Gourmands.
Thank you.